Okay, so Colorado ended up finishing the season 4-8. This was the first year of Coach Prime, and I have to say it was a lot of good and some bad. But let's start off with the good. The good is that they started off right 3-0. Okay, they defeated TCU, and that was a crazy game, man. Back and forth game. Shador Sanders was definitely showing off his talent. The man, he finished the season despite him being injured last couple games. 27 touchdowns and 3 interceptions. Right, he threw over 3,230 yards. Really good. He did get sacked a lot. The offensive line was a huge problem, and they couldn't really get the run game going. But they ended up winning more games than they did last year. So this was a plus. Also, too, a lot of fans and people started coming. They generate a lot of revenue into Colorado, which is great, man. So they really invested into the program. And the good thing is, too, Coach Prime, what I was hearing, too, I don't know if some rumors, but it could be true that you have like Warren Sapp, a Hall of Famer defensive tackle. He wants to go in and play for Coach Prime as far as like coach for the school, and which is good, man. So Shador Sanders can finish his last year there. Travis Hunter, man, doing really good, man. I mean, he's good as a DB and as a wide receiver, but personally, I would love to have him as a wide receiver. I just think he's just more impactful on the field, though. But man, he can play two roles. After doing this evaluation here, Cormani, he was coming in. Cormani McClain, he was doing really good, man, and he was doing great in coverage. He's developing him. I believe they developing a lot of good chemistry with those people there, and I think too. You have like some recruits. You just got to recruit some offensive linemen that's going to go ahead and and protect Shador Sanders, and that was the whole main thing. You can look at these games like UCLA, okay, Arizona. I mean, they was just blitzing in like crazy. Oregon. I mean, they knew there was a weakness in the offensive line because if you get Shador Sanders time, 9 times out of 10, he's going to throw that ball like correctly. I mean, and accurately too. You have like Weaver, Jimmy Horn, who can go ahead and get it. Travis Hunter again, who can go ahead and grab the ball. Down Edwards. It was a beautiful play with Down Edwards did. Even though Staub was in the backup quarterback, they was able to do a trick play, and he ran all down the field. And Edwards, a freshman, he was one of the fastest individuals on the team and scored a touchdown. So they can pick up points, man, in the Pac-12. So I have to say I'm thoroughly impressed. Even when they almost came back and beat USC, you have at that time Heisman winner, well, run runner up for the Heisman winner. Caleb Williams. But we're not gonna get into that situation though in USC. But at the end of the day, man, it was exciting watching them play, and I know next year they're gonna be great. You look at Coach Prime; he's a veteran, man. He was ending up keeping his composure despite losing and winning. Like he was still doing what he needed to do, and he never throw. I don't think he threw any people under the bus though. I mean, yeah, he criticized the offensive line and saying that his son is getting killed out there. You guys need to block more, and which is honest. So, but I had to say overall for this season, unfortunately, they couldn't get a bowl game. I wanted them to get a bowl game at least. That would have been freaking awesome though. But it is what it is. It just didn't happen, and I just think that next year, man, he's gonna really turn this team and this organization around. They had a lot of motivational speakers there. Mark Henry, who was the world's strongest man, I can see him being an offensive line coach if he wants to accept the job there. But I think he's doing a really good job with these children, man. These kids here, like, these young men going out here, man. Like you got Hada. He's doing good as a kicker. I mean, these kids are developing, man, and they put in a lot of trust in Coach Prime. And I feel like it's like really no pressure. They just doing it not only for him but for themselves, and for them to be good men outside of football. And I just love his speeches, man. So at the end of the day, man, these kids, they're gonna be good. If they get rested up. Just the bad is, if we want to go in here and talk about, is that I really wish they would develop that run game a lot sooner. I mean, yeah, you have people like Hardavia Smoke, but I think he's a senior now, so he might be done as far as his football career. And even though he ran so well in the SEC, he was not used at all. Only for like maybe special teams and a couple plays. I mean, you have Wilkerson, I get that though, but you and Hankerson, and Edwards. But at the same time, man, if you got Smoke, man, I mean, utilize him. He's a senior. I mean, he rushed over 1,000 yards. I don't know if they overlooked his talent or they just like, hey, man, we're just gonna look at these younger cats out here. So we don't know what goes on behind closed doors. But I just think with him, he got over like 90, 100 some people on the roster. So, I mean, look at and evaluated him on practice. It can be kind of tough at times, and you see like, okay, can I activate them on game time? But that's kind of the bad. And Shador Sanders getting injured. But the smart thing is, he had to, he just, for the last 2 games, he's like, hey, man, you're just going to sit out just for your future. I'm just going to get ready for next year. So, but at the end of the day, man, I can pretty much watch almost every single game. And I watched this game, too, against Utah. It was a close one. It was a nail-biter, 23-17. So, I mean, they put in a lot of effort. Just unfortunately, it just didn't go their way. But if you want to check into that press conference with Deion Sanders, what he ended up saying, that it's just like, man, like, we accomplished what we were supposed to. I mean, at the end of the day, they, for what it was for right now. He said, yeah, we didn't accomplish everything we wanted to, but it's gonna be okay. He's gonna be okay. He kept his composure, and he always been a humble person. So even though people was criticizing him in his career that he was a flashy person, but but at the end of the day, I'm proud of Shador. I'm proud of these boys, man. I feel like they laid it all out on the field every single week, even in practice too. Shouts out to Wall Off Media. Shouts out to Real People Sports and Media that's covering Colorado Buffaloes, man, highs and the lows, man. I want to say it was definitely entertaining. I want to say thank you for the content as well. So I wish them nothing but success. Maybe I can get some apparel, but this was definitely a terrific season, man. So Warner Up, they did okay. They were ranked 19 before, until then they started losing to Oregon and USC. But last game they won was Arizona State. But at the end of the day, man, this is a team that fought hard, and it's a team that has a lot of potential. And I think next year it's gonna get even better, man. So that's just my personal opinion on this, though. But yeah, just establish that run game, get the offensive lineman. They're gonna get some recruits there, and it's gonna be solid. It really is. And I just like how Shador Sanders, in time and need, when he had to lead a 90-yard touchdown, man, to come back and win, when they win against Arizona State, that was just amazing. In Colorado, going to overtime, I was like, man. So, but it's just some coaching things too. They needs to be improved as well a little bit too, like play calling and schemes in that matter, man. Because sometimes like the rush defense, they had a big issue. Rush defense had a big issue. I mean, look at Glover, like he was running all over them, and also too like Floyd from USC was running all over them too. So they got some issues on there, but I think the passing offense is improved a little bit, but just a little at a time. So I've been talking for a while. That's all I really want to say. I'm gonna go ahead and end this video. Like, comment, subscribe, share this video. Love you guys, man. I'm out. Deuces.